Good. After that, we're just going to close our eyes. Make sure your hands just go palm over palm right over the chest. Going to bring that breath back into that rhythm of that upper chest. You should have a lot more open now. Much easier to breathe and feel that range of the upper body. So as you breathe in the nose, it opens that chest up. As you exhale out the mouth, just kind of sinks back. Good, relaxing the hands. And just sitting quietly, eyes are closed. Just following that breath in the nose, out the mouth. Good. I'm going to get you to slowly stand up. So we're going to bring our legs together if you have the balance to do so. Bring our legs together. The knees are going to be bending, and we're going to be kind of curling our hands into the chest with the knees bent. This is going to be the exhale position. So you'll see from the side, the exhale. And then as we inhale, we're going to straighten our legs up. We're going to pull that energy up our legs, and then we're going to just open up our arms, and the chest opens, and that's the inhale phase. So we're going to inhale that. We're going to exhale, close down. Inhale, open up. Exhale, close down. In the nose and out the nose. Inhaling, open up. Exhale, closing down. Inhale, opening up. Exhale, closing down. This particular movement pulls the energy up from the ground, from the feet, but it also opens up the spine. So we're getting a nice flexion and extension from the spine. When you straighten those legs, make sure that you get a really good firm squeeze of those thighs. Good, last 30 seconds, keep going. Get a nice little spring from the body. Good. On the next inhale, just kind of stand tall, open up, big breath in. Hold that breath, open up the shoulders, big posture, nice and tall. Good, exhale and relax. Feet shoulder width apart, palms just facing outward. You're going to close your eyes. We're just going to stand in a nice standing meditation, nice and relaxed. We definitely don't take enough time throughout the day just to close our eyes and just center ourselves for a moment. And even if you're sitting down, you can still close your eyes and just center yourself. Just relax the body, relax the breath. Just be mindful of where your posture is, where your position is in space. Where's your head? Where's your shoulders? Where are you? Where are you in space? Where are your legs? Where's your pelvis? Most people don't develop the art of somatic awareness and breath awareness. So where are you? Where is this? Where is this body? Where are your feet, your knees, your hips? Good. Next exercise we're going to do is feet are going to be shoulder width apart. You're going to bring your arms over your head, so fingertips are kind of reaching towards the sky. You're going to breathe in, and as you breathe in, I want you just to picture, and you're going to squeeze the muscles as you're squeezing, almost like you're squeezing the energy. You're pulling it into the top of the head. You're coming across the third eye and the throat, and you're reaching to the heart. As soon as you get to the heart, I want you to turn your hands over, and you're going to push, visually push that energy through, all the way through down to the legs, and you're going to touch the ground. Then you're going to breathe in the nose. You're going to pull that energy up the legs, first, second, and third energy center. You're going to flip at the heart. You're going to exhale that energy through the throat, through the third eye, through the crown, and you're going to exhale through. Then you're going to inhale. You're going to flip the hands at the heart, and a big blast of breath out the mouth. And then inhale. Two more. As soon as you bring those hands above your head, you're going to exhale and then take a big inhale in. You're going to hold that breath, stretch the fingertips, open up the diaphragm, really elongate the spine, lengthen your posture, lengthen your head. And then exhale and relax. Your feet going back to shoulder width apart. Palms are open, eyes are closed. You're just going to let the heart rate and the respiratory rate just slowly go down, slowly relax. You'll have a nice surge of energy moving through the body. And just as you stand here in a standing meditation, just allow your mind to stretch to the borders of the room, all the corners of the room that you're in. Let your mind stretch there. Let yourself feel both your energy and the energy of the room around you as you're stretching your mind beyond just the physical layer of the body. Go 3 or 4 or 5 feet. Just expand your awareness. You don't have to feel anything. Just expand your awareness first. And keep stretching that awareness to the corners of the room. See if your mind can hold a greater space. Good. And then just come back seated again. We're going to use some of this energy that's moving and pumping right now to really maximize our spine. So just like the standing position, what we're going to do is we're going to open up the chest and we're going to bend that spine and get some extension from it. In that time, you're going to just be tipping that pelvis forward a bit more. So you're going to be breathing in and inhaling in the nose, and you're going to exhale out the nose, and you're going to flex that spine again. With a warmed up spine, what you get to do is just pick the speed up a little bit more, in the nose and out the nose, with just more rapid pace. As you do this, you're going to be pumping the energy through the spine. The really cool part about this is that about 75 to 80% of the nerve endings along the spine go up and charge your brain battery. So you can actually gain energy by moving the spine in this way. While you do that at a greater speed, you also open up the spinal cord and help to release little tensions along the spinal cord. Good. Keep going. Last 30 seconds. Keep pumping that energy. Keep building this up. It's a great thing to do to revitalize the system after maybe hours of sitting, just to really crank that movement of the spine and get that energy and the breath moving through your system. Good, and then just relax that. Relax your body. Good, and you're just gonna let that energy just move through the system, not trying to cling to anything, not trying to bind anything up, just allowing that flow, natural flow of energy to move through the system. Eyes closed induces, remember, it induces the alpha waves of the brain. The alpha waves of the brain are more meditative, more relaxed, more consciously relaxed, and they're driven to have you focus on the interior of the body and the feeling parts of the system. So you develop your kinesthetic awareness and somatic awareness through eyes closed to really get a sense and feel for things. Good. We're going to crisscross our arms over for a moment, kind of grabbing your elbows. And we're going to bend to one side and then bend to the other. Bend to one side, bend to the other. One side and the other. And this gives us a nice lateral flexion of the spine. So side bending. And just rocking back and forth. You can breathe in the nose and out the nose. It helps to get that side bending potential of the spine. Good. As you do that, you're also going to get that rib cage starting to open more. You're going to feel some of the tension along the sides of the body. And that's all fine. You're just going to work it through, work it out. Keep going. We don't have to make spinal health really complicated. But this is a great way to release tension and anxieties of the day. We definitely limit the full expression of the body throughout the day. We get tighter, our mind gets tighter, we get busier, we get focused, and that all draws our resources inward to compress. So now we get a chance to pause and open things up. And just relax yourself back into the sitting position for a moment. Back to eyes closed. And what we're going to be doing is controlling our breath a little differently. We're going to breathe in the mouth and then out the nose. As we breathe in the mouth and out the nose, we're going to lengthen our breath. If it's possible, start at 9 seconds in and 9 seconds out. If you're not catching your breath, then just extend that. See if you can extend that to 11 seconds in and then 11 seconds out. On the 11 seconds in, we're going to breathe in the mouth and then 11 seconds on that exhale out the nose. This induces an theta brainwave state. Theta into delta. Theta into delta. So it goes much slower with the breath. 11 seconds in and 11 seconds out. In the mouth, out the nose. I just want to really challenge you to do that. See what it's really like to shift the gears of the brain. Let's see if you could actually experience something novel and unique like that. Breathing in the mouth for 11 and breathing out the nose for 11 seconds. In the mouth for 11, out the nose for 11. It's nice that we come here every Wednesday night and just explore the terrain of the body, explore the breath pretty effortlessly, tune back into ourselves after, halfway through the week. Really working to increase the adaptability of the brain and the body, the nervous system. We're going to add a different kind of layer of energy to our system. So what we're going to do is we're going to just cross our fingertips one over top of the other, kind of crisscross them together, and we're going to bring our arms out in front of us. We're going to inhale these hands up to about 60 degrees, then we're going to exhale, and we're going to come down, just like we're taking an axe. Big breath in the mouth. And out the mouth. In, out. In Kundalini Yoga, this goes through and cuts through our auric field. So it improves the aura, improves the energy around us, moves through and cuts through the field of energy. Now on a physical level, it also expands the spine. So it gets the spine flexing back and compressing the energy forward. So we're getting almost a bit of an abdominal crunch in this position. So we're getting a nice compression through the abdomen and core, and then we're opening up the spine. Good. Last 20 seconds. Keep going, you're doing great. Good. Take a big breath in. Hold that breath. And exhale. Now take a big breath in. Hold the breath. And exhale out the mouth. When you exhale, I want you to hold on that exhale. As you hold that exhale out, what you're doing is you're activating the vagus part of the nervous system. You're encouraging it, at least, to kick in. So I want you to hold that. And the vagus nerve acts like the brake in the nervous system. So as you hold that exhale, you can envision holding that exhale out and holding it. And while it's pushing on the brake, and the brake is the vagus nerve in your nervous system, hold it. Then you're gonna let the foot off the gas by taking a big breath in. You're gonna hold that. And then exhale and relax. Good. Then I'm gonna have you laying on your back. Lay on your back. And as you lay on your back, we're just gonna scan our body. We're gonna feel where our feet are and our shins are, our thighs, our hamstrings. We're gonna just feel where our body is in space as we lay on the ground. Our palms are facing the ceiling while we're laying on our back. The breath is in the mouth and out the nose. If you can't lay on your back, then just observe sitting in a sitting position. And as you're breathing in the mouth and out the nose, what I want you to do is bring your arms up like you're holding a big beach ball. So if you're sitting, you're kind of just sitting in a nice light little extension, and these shoulders are just kind of cupping you. And if you're laying on your back, your arms are just holding a beach ball, and you're breathing in the mouth and out the nose. And as you do this, just the unique part about this is when you breathe in, I want you to just visualize lifting that chest a bit and that energy just kind of coming up the arms through the fingertips, almost hooking around the stars in a way. And then as you exhale out the nose, that energy just draws back through the arms and into the heart. And so that's the exhale phase out the nose. And then in the mouth. And you're stretching the chest and stretching that energy through the fingertips to the stars. And then you're exhaling out the nose and drawing that energy back down and through into the heart. It's a very slow breath, a very relaxed breath. And a breath really that's quite quiet. So don't want you breathing loud. Just really notice what it's like to sip that breath in the mouth. And then exhaling out the nose. Keeping in mind what you're doing is you're lifting and relaxing that upper chest and getting the upper back, which is such a sneaky little area of the spine. Just getting that upper back to engage in some very gentle motion. You'd be surprised at how little motion this part of the spine really truly gets. A lot of detouring of movement happens kind of on the bottom half of the spine and then through the shoulders, but that middle part of the spine doesn't really get the attention that it deserves. So as we do this, we really refine right in that mid part of the chest, and that breath in the mouth really gives a bit of an accent or an accentuation of that upper back to get the little part of the vertebrae of that upper back to extend and then to flex and extend and flex, nice and gentle. This produces a very gentle internal massage of that upper back and spine. It also forces the little muscles around that upper back to engage. Most people have a very flat, disengaged upper back. Although people feel really tight in the shoulders, it's relatively disengaged. It's not really like alive back there. The tissues around the spine of the upper back get very, very disengaged. And they become very ropey and stringy. So we want to bring some life and motion back to this area. So again, the arms are up like you're holding a big beach ball. That breath comes in the mouth and you're just lifting the chest just a smidge, maybe half an inch. And then you exhale out the nose, that energy falls back through, and you just press back with the upper back very, very gently and slightly. Just enjoy the rhythm. It's a bit of an internal massage for you, so just relax into it, enjoy it. Slowly in the mouth and out the nose. So if you can lay on your back, then just do this laying on your back. If you need to do it sitting, then do it sitting. In the mouth and out the nose. Good, and then just resting your arms to your side. If you're sitting, just rest them in your lap. If you're laying down, just relax the arms and hands to your side. Remember, resetting this nervous system and spine and brain, absolutely essential for health, resilience, adaptability. Now, as you're laying on your back, if you're able to do that, just scan from the feet, through the legs, through the mid part of the body. I want you to expand where your fingertips are in space and just begin to roll or move them around. Find a better position for them. Lengthen the tissue. Move it around a little bit. Just explore the movement of your body. Rolling the ankles or wrists, moving the ankles back and forth, feeling your calves or your knees, just connecting with the connective tissue. Almost like ironing a shirt on an ironing board. It's just lengthening, you're tracking down where it feels a little wrinkly in the body, and just moving your posture, moving your neck, moving your shoulders, just to release. So you're kind of tracking this little layers of tension around your body. And every time you move a shoulder, you move potentially a hip. If you move your hip, you might potentially instigate movement at your ankle. You're just tracking this layer of connective tissue around to allow it to release. Who isn't deserving of love? Take a big breath in. Good. In the nose, out the mouth. Nice long breath. Just working to reset the nervous system, reset the brain, reset our energy. As you're laying there or sitting, just take a nice long breath in the nose and out the mouth. And as you're sitting there laying, what I want you to do is just begin to stretch your mind's eye actually above your body. So you're going to stretch it above your body. I want your awareness to go to the top of the ceiling. Bring your awareness to the top of the ceiling like you're looking down, either on the top of your head or you're looking down at your body. So you've ascended outside of the body, outside of the domain of the physical body, and your awareness is hovering at the ceiling, hovering at the roof, just looking down. We begin to separate ourselves from this physical form for a moment and just take a look at it. And remember that it's wired a certain way. It's wired to execute, it's wired to perform. But what's it performing? When we go above the body for a moment, let's reflect on what's your talents, what's your skills, what are you naturally good at? Where is there evidence in your life of things that are just come very, very natural to you? Remember, those things that are most natural to us, we tend to take for granted. So it's important when you ascend outside of the body and you're hovering above yourself to remember, wait a minute, these are skills that I was given. These are insights. These are qualities. These are gifts that I have. And I need to remember that. And they're unique to me. And then just bring your awareness back down into the body. As you remember these gifts and you pull them back into your being. And your responsibility is to share these gifts, to give these gifts that you've been given. Just take a nice breath in the nose and out the mouth. Then I'll have you come and we're going to come to a sitting position. Good. And as we're in this sitting position, we're going to actually remember and learn how to move energy up our spine. Depressive energies, when we're feeling sad, when we're getting down, when we're beating ourselves up, when we're feeling the burdens of life, we are dragging our energy and we're starting to sink down our energy towards the lower parts of our body. What we want to do is just practice pulling this stuff back up again. So sitting nice and tall in your chair. As you bring the breath, as you inhale in the nose, I want you to just visualize pulling the energy from the lower centers of your body. You're going to pull and squeeze this energy up. And as you do that, as you pull that energy and squeeze your spine up, you're going to put a little pressure at the back of the skull. You're going to lengthen that neck up. You're going to be lifting a bit from the upper chest. And you're going to envision kind of popping that breath out the top of the skull. And that's the top of the inhale. And then as you exhale out the mouth, you're just going to relax the spine and relax your awareness and let it kind of sink back down. Just like an accordion kind of opens and closes with the spine, we're going to decompress the spine by lifting that energy up. So on the next inhale, what I want you to do is pull that spine, squeeze it all the way up the spine. You're going to keep pulling it up in the nose, pulling it and putting a little pressure at the base of the skull. While you do that, we're going to lift the chest up a bit, which further decompresses the ribs and opens the diaphragm. As you do that, you're putting a little bit of pressure and envisioning that breath out the top of the head. You're going to get a nice big full lift. The energy is squeezing up the spine. You're going to hold that breath and squeeze it up. And then you're going to exhale and relax that all the way down. Just let your system just sink that energy and breath back down. And we're going to do this a few more times. So we're going to pull that breath up. We're going to squeeze that breath up the spine. Really pull it up. Nice long inhale, squeezing, pushing that breath out the top of the head. Squeeze it up, lengthen that posture, lengthen the spine. Even tip that head back a little bit. You can extend it back a bit and put that pressure, elongating that spine, putting the pressure at the top, lifting that chest up slightly. Hold that breath. Lengthen out the muscles on the front of the neck. Big lengthen. And exhale and relax. On the next inhale, we're going to pull that energy and pull that breath up the spine. We're going to squeeze our spine up. Right near the top of that inhale, I want you to tip your head back about 45 degrees. We're going to hold it here, squeezing that energy and breath out the top of the head, visualizing it out. As you exhale, I want you to keep your head back slightly. Just be careful on this, but keep it back. Then bring the breath up again. You're going to squeeze that breath up the spine, further lifting the chest, letting the head fall back. Big breath up, breathing out the top of the head. What we're doing with this is we're getting and encouraging deeper extension of the cervical spine. We're opening up these stress muscles, the anterior scalenes of the neck. Just be careful. And then you're going to exhale out the mouth. Keep the head in this position. Keep it in slight extension. Then we're going to inhale in the nose again, pulling that energy all the way up. You're going to feel that stretch through the front of the neck. You're going to feel that pressure out the back of the skull. You're going to feel that pressure moving your vision out the top of the head. Head slightly extended, getting the cervical curve. Exhale and relax. The head is going to almost be sitting on the shoulders. If you have enough range of motion, your head's going to be kind of sitting back onto the shoulders right now. Posture's nice and tall. One last time, we're going to breathe up. So we're going to pull that energy and breath up the spine. Big, long breath. Big extension up. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Squeeze that spine. Lift, lift, lift. Almost like pulling your feet off the ground a bit. Feeling that front of the neck really open. And exhale, and then just relax your head back to neutral again. And that will wildly open up your range of motion in your neck. Just relax for a moment. Feel free to rotate your head from side to side so you can feel a beautiful, smoother range of motion. Good. And just settling that breath back down again. In the nose and out the mouth. Just settling back into your body again. Eyes are closed, just settling back in. Good. We've been able to tonight stimulate the theta brainwaves, a little bit of the delta brainwaves, some of the alpha brainwaves, and some of the beta brainwaves. So really a nice buffet of different gears that the brain can produce as we go through this breath work. Just place your hands palm over palm right over the heart, just finishing with a heart-centered breath, feeling that heart. Remember, the heart is the place of service. We already ascended outside the body and remembered our talents, skills, and gifts. And now we pull those into the heart, and those become of service. Though that's our focus. That's one of our main focuses. How do I bring my magic to the world around me, to the people around me, whether it's one or many? How do I bring that magic to other people? That's the heart. Bring that forward. Take one more breath in. Exhale. Beautiful. Great job. Hope you had a wonderful practice tonight. Let's Just kind of give those hands a little rub. Give your face a little wash. We'll awaken that energy back up again. Rub those arms. And you are great. Beautiful. Sandy, I have to scoot, but I thank you very much for being here. Have a wonderful evening. And we'll see you next time. Great. Who would win, the Holy Spirit or Galactus? Good question, Daniel. I don't know. What do you think? Every Wednesday night, we get together for some breath work to work the brain, work the body, regulate the nervous system. Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll post that a little bit more on our channel. This is actually, I think, maybe the second time we went live with this one. Oh, that. I'm getting a nice little spring out of this shit. Yeah, I don't know, maybe. We really focus on kind of self-regulation, breath awareness, body awareness, somatic posture awareness. Besides kind of working the psyche with people and in my coaching, a lot of body-centered work for sure. A lot of body-centered work. I hope you can join me on Wednesdays. Again, we'll try to run this Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so we'll try to make the announcements. It could be kind of fun. If anyone has any questions about the brain, the nervous system, the body, posture, feel free to ask away. I'll be on here for a couple more minutes. I'm dedicated 22 years to just resilience and body-centered practices. So if you've got any questions, feel free to fire away. All right, thanks, crew. Have a beautiful evening. Take care.